Brining and barbecue are like your first love. Once you experience it, you'll never forget it. Brining, or pickling as it was called in Shakespeare's day, is the process of curing foods in a salty liquid. It's also a great technique for keeping meats from drying out on the grill. On today's menu, bourbon brine pork chops, Cajun smoked turkey, and butterflied leg of lamb with Korean seasonings. I came up with the idea for bourbon brine pork chops to solve a simple problem. Most pork loin chops, when cooked on the grill, come out leathery and dry. So I thought if I brine the chops, they'll soak up that bourbon-flavored brine, and they'll be moister on the grill. Pork chops present a unique challenge to the grill master. The lean meat tends to dry out when exposed to the high heat of the grill. There's a simple solution, you guessed it. Brine the pork chops. These are beautiful center-cut boneless pork chops. Each one weighs about 12 ounces. Step number 1, flavor the pork chops with the aromatics. Thinly sliced onion, cinnamon sticks, bay leaves, black peppercorns, and allspice berries and cloves. And we'll do the same thing on top. The brine consists of equal parts salt and brown sugar. What I like to do is heat a quarter of the water and add it to the salt and sugar. This helps these ingredients dissolve more quickly. And once the salt and sugar are dissolved, you can add cold water and a little bourbon, and finally a tablespoon of vegetable oil. And you want to make sure that your brine is at room temperature. Then pour it over the pork. Here's what your pork chops look like after they've been brined for 4 hours. You can also do the brining in a resealable plastic bag. Advantage of this, it's very easy to turn the pork. Okay, let me show you the sauce. Pork chops are traditionally served with applesauce, so we'll add the customary cinnamon and the primal grill touch, freshly grated horseradish. And this is what horseradish root looks like in its raw form. Peel it and grate it by hand or in a food processor. Simply whisk these ingredients together. Now, one more preparation, the wood chips for smoking. I have soaked some bourbon barrel chips in a mixture of water with a little bourbon. I'm going to show you how to make a smoker pouch, which will add a smoke flavor to the brine chops. Start with a handful of the soaked wood chips. Then fold over the foil and pleat the edges to make a rectangular pouch. Poke a few holes in the top with the end of an instant read meat thermometer. So set up the grill for direct grilling and preheat it to high. Now, if you're using a smoker pouch, what you do is lift the grate, and actually you place it right under the grill grate, directly over one of the burners. Or if your grill has a built-in smoker box, simply lift the lid and place the soaked chips in the box. And why do you soak the chips? Again, the idea is you want them to smolder and smoke, not catch fire. And of course, you remember the mantra of great grilling: keep it hot, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, ouch. Keep it clean with a stiff wire brush. And keep it lubricated with a folded paper towel dipped in oil and drawn across the bars of the grate. This prevents sticking and helps give you killer grill marks, of course. And if there's any debris on the grill grate, it helps you clean it off. Okay, so with the pork, you want to just sort of scrape off the flavorings. And then brush the top of each chop with a little vegetable oil. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Arrange the chops on the grill. And as they go on, what you want to do is sort of turn them over so they go oil side down on the hot grate. And as we always do on Primal Grill, arrange the chops so they're all running the same direction. This helps them cook more evenly and again, makes you look more professional. Remember our rule of palm, that says if you're grilling something thinner than the palm of your hand, you can leave the grill lid open. If you're grilling something thicker than the palm of your hand, like these chops, you want to close the grill lid. That will keep the heat in. Cooking time on these chops, about 4 to 6 minutes per side. Remember, after 2 minutes, we'll give each chop a quarter turn to lay on that handsome crosshatch of grill marks. Okay, and after 2 minutes, and you have good grill marks in one direction, give each chop a quarter turn. And once the chops are grilled on one side, check it out, turn them over. So how do you know when the chops are done? Well, you can use the poke test. I'm going to gently poke the top and it will be pretty firm, just a little yield. That's a medium pork chop. Or you can use an instant read meat thermometer. Insert it through the thickest part of the chop, through the side. You're looking for 160 degrees. Bingo. And look at these pork chops. Bourbon brined pork chops with volcanic applesauce. Let's see how we did. Pork chop, volcanic applesauce. Take a bite. Oh man, this is so moist. You know, the other nice thing about a brine is that it adds an extra dimension of flavor. And of course, there's the wood smoke. So the next time you want really moist pork chops, remember the bourbon brine. Cajun smoked turkey takes the idea of a brine and turns it inside out. That is traditional.